Imagine waking up in a Sao Paulo penthouse, 3 bedrooms with panoramic views of the whole city in total luxury. Sounds like a dream, but here's the truth. You don't need 10 investment properties to fund this sort of lifestyle. One great commercial property deal can fund it all. Today I'm going to break down how this warehouse in Victoria generates $194,000 a year in passive income, which is enough to fund this amazing Sao Paulo lifestyle. I'm James Hawthorne and I research commercial property deals to see what sort of lifestyle they can actually fund. And today I'm going to break down the numbers and the strategy behind this one deal and how it can generate more passive income than 10 properties combined. Let's get into it. Now let's get into analysing the property that's going to fund our financial freedom. So I found this warehouse in Victoria that sold for $10.5 million, so it's a pretty expensive warehouse. But as you can see from the pictures, it's on a really big lot. Lots of car spots. It's got solar panels already, which is really good value add. And it's a pretty decent sized lot. One thing you can notice is it is surrounded by other industrial warehouses, which can increase supply, which isn't a good thing in the area. We want to have low supply, but you got to see what are the sort of vacancy rates of the area to get a better picture of if this is going to impact your investment. So as you can see, it's a massive warehouse, big steel manufacturing plant, lots of storage, huge warehouse, as you can see, big lot out the back, more undercover storage probably for equipment, lots of car spots, a little office space as well that you can use, more office space, a bit of a boardroom, kitchenette. So it's a huge corner lot, which is a good thing. You've got lots of street access, ample parking, huge warehouse and a bit of an office space as well, which is what you want. And as you can see, there's a lot of residential area, but there is a lot of commercial property in the area. So a big supply of industrial factories in the area, which can impact, the vacancy rates, times on market, if there's more supply of property. But it doesn't look like there's a huge amount, but it's got good access to roads and highways as well. A lot of supply of those warehouses, so it looks like an alright property. There's probably not much you can add in terms of value just because it's already got the solar, it's already got a pretty big tenant, big warehouse, not much more land area that you can utilize. So it's over 1 hectare and it's dual access, got 3 cranes as well, and it's a vacant possession. So it's a high clearance warehouse, so 7 meters, which is very high, about 2 levels. Street access, industrial zoning. The tenant is an engineering company, and the proposed rent is $672,000 a year plus outgoings. So the tenant's going to be paying for the outgoings. You're just going to be collecting the rent. So it's a pretty good deal, pretty good, solid, stock standard, boring investment property, a huge warehouse with a really good tenant. Let's go see what sort of cash flow can this property generate. So looking at our cash flow calculator, we got the purchase price of $10.5 million and we had that net income of $672,000. So you're going to probably need about a $3 million deposit. So it's pretty expensive property up front, but on a 6.5% interest only repayments, you're going to be paying $478,000 a year in loan repayments. So we've got that rent of $672,000, you've got the interest of $478,000, you're going to be left with $193,000 a year in passive income just from this one property. That's more than the average Australian household income that you're going to be generating just from this one investment property. Now we've got a bit of a buffer in terms of our cash flow snapshot of how high interest rates can actually go up until we're negatively geared. So if it goes up to 10% interest rates, you're going to be negatively geared $63,000 a year. So a few, interest rates points until we do become negative. But if you go down to 3% interest rates, we're going to be positively geared $451,000 a year just from this one property. So that's how big of a difference interest rates can make for this one property, because it's a really high cash flowing property. If we get those interest rates down lower, the more cash flow we're able to generate. And if we look at our property pay down calculator, same purchase price, same net yield using a 4% rental increase each year. And if we use the cash flow to pay down the debt, in year 1, we're going to be positively geared $193,000. By year 5, you're going to be positively geared $374,000 a year. By year 10, you're going to be generating $706,000 a year in passive income from this one property. And by year 13, the property is completely paid off, debt-free, and you're generating over $1 million a year in passive income just from this one property. So holding onto this property for the long term can lead to massive gains in terms of your cash flow and the net yield of the property as well. So now let's go see what sort of lifestyle can we actually fund based off the passive income from this one property. So for boiling on a budget, I thought we'd go to Sao Paulo in Brazil, somewhere off the beaten track, and I found this really nice luxury apartment, 3-bedroom apartment with views of the whole city. And so this property is $3 million, 12 million Brazilian dollars, but the mortgage payment is going to be $198,000 a year. So we've got that budget of $193,000, so just a bit over our budget, but you can chip in another $5,000. Let's go have a look at the property. So as you can see, it's sold for almost 13 million Brazilian dollars, and as you can see from the property, it's really nice views of the whole city. You've got a luxury designed apartment, really big spacious living area. You can just overlook the whole city. Got a nice wraparound balcony as well. Nice dining area, really spacious kitchen as well. You could hire a private chef to cook your dinners. You can close the kitchen off as well, so it's its own space. And you've got views of the whole skyline of Sao Paulo, right in the heart of the city as well. Nice bedrooms and bathrooms, so it's got 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, luxury finishings. All have got nice windows where you can look out over the city. Nice nature and garden spaces as well. Got its own gym. So it's $3 million. It's 3-bed, 3-bath apartment, Sao Paulo, Brazil. Now it's going to be taking pretty much all of your budget from that passive income, but that's the power of commercial property and how one investment property, a boring warehouse in Victoria, that's a 7-meter high warehouse. It's boring, it's ugly, it's got a pretty decent location, but it's going to be completely funding this luxury apartment in Sao Paulo. We got views over the whole city. That's the power of commercial property. That's a Sao Paulo lifestyle completely funded by a warehouse. Now, if you like these sorts of videos, go watch my last video where I show you how a commercial property completely funds a luxury Sydney apartment. So go watch that next, and don't forget to subscribe so don't miss out.